Good evening. Welcome to the Paulding County Stakeholders Meeting. I am Cynthia Davies, the Executive Director of Federal Programs and School Improvement. And tonight we are looking forward to sharing a little bit with you and getting your feedback. So first thing we'd like you to do is have everyone go ahead and get signed in. Those of you joining us online, we'll give you a moment. So this evening, our learning intentions are, we're going to learn about how federal school funds are allocated in the Paulding County School District to make sure that we are meeting the needs of students in schools and that we are aligned to our stakeholders' priorities. We're going to know that we have success because we are going to be able to provide meaningful feedback that reflects the priorities of the community and supports equitable use of federal funds. We're also going to be able to say that we can provide feedback to ensure that all perspectives are considered in our decision-making process, and that I know who to contact if I have any questions specific to any of our programs. So if you are wanting to ask questions throughout the presentation, this is how you'll be able to do that. You can hold your questions till the end of each program description and share. After that, there'll be a QR code that you can use and that you will also be able to access the chat feature. So this QR code will show up again in the PowerPoint. And we're going to show a quick message from our superintendent.
Hi, I'm Steve Barnett, Superintendent of the Paulding County School District. I wanted to take a moment to thank all of our stakeholders for partnering with us in our mission to empower our teachers and students. Your involvement in activities such as this stakeholder meeting are a reflection of this county's commitment to quality education and outstanding schools. Our school district has always been dedicated to providing the highest quality education, and your support has been instrumental in helping us achieve this goal. We have also been successful in managing the various sources of federal income we receive so that we can hire high-quality, diverse candidates to meet the needs of our students and families. These funds have also allowed us to implement programs that have helped increase our graduation rate. In this meeting, we want to hear your thoughts on how we can best allocate these resources. Together, we have worked hard to ensure that our teachers have the tools they need to help our students thrive, and the results speak for themselves. Our students are smarter, more engaged, and more confident than ever before. None of this would have been possible without your support and commitment to our shared mission. Thank you for believing in us and for working alongside us to make our schools the best they can be. We couldn't do this work without you.
So thank you to Mr. Barnett for his welcome. We're going to go through our district improvement planning process. And it starts with what we call the CLIP. So the CLIP is the process that we go through. It's a comprehensive needs assessment where we put together a plan based on what our needs are. So we start with a comprehensive needs assessment. We look at several data sources to just really get the idea of where we are in current time and where we want to go in the future. During that comprehensive needs assessment, when we look at our data from multiple sources, we identify our needs. We then write SMART goals about where we want to go. We select research-based interventions that targets those needs and goals. Then we move on to the actions that we're going to put in place to get us to where we want to go. And then we monitor along the way to make sure that what we're doing is effective and getting us where we want to go on this roadmap. And tonight, this meeting is part of that monitoring process to get feedback from our stakeholders. So these are the list of our current budgets for the FY25 year. I'm just going to go ahead and look at that chart and the different buckets of money that we receive federal funding in. We have IDEA, in several areas. We have Title II, Title III. In a couple of areas, we have that Title IV, our McKinney-Vento, Title I, Part A. We have an L4GA reading literacy grant, and then we have CTAE money as well. And then we have certain set-asides that are part of our Title I program. So we support a neglected and delinquent facility. We have a private school program, parent and family engagement. We support homeless children. We do have to cover some administrative costs and some indirect costs for managing our federal funds. So these are the 3 goals that were in our plan for the FY25 school year. We had 3. We are going to enhance the quality and effectiveness of professional learning initiatives to empower teachers and positively transforming their instructional practices, thereby directly impacting student achievement. So you see, as we go through several of our federal programs tonight, that professional learning was a big focus so that we could support our teachers and supporting our students. Our second goal is to cultivate meaningful collaborative opportunities that foster strong relationships and active engagement between district staff, families, and communities, resulting in a positive impact on student achievement. So you'll see several things funded that we brought in community, the ESOL fair, PLCs with teachers. This evening is another example of coming together. And our goal 3 is, of course, we want to keep our eye on student performance and making sure that we are helping our students reach their potential. And so we want to see that 3% annual growth in achievement. So here we're going to move into our public input. So our purpose of this really is we want to know how our community feels about the initiatives and get your input of where we are doing a good job and where we could look at improving or adding things to better meet the community's needs. So again, you'll see these QR codes to get feedback along the way. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of work our way through each one of these programs that we offer that's supported by federal funds. And so with that, I'm going to let Dr. White come up and talk a little bit about our IDEA funding.
Good evening. My name is Heather White. I'm the Executive Director for Student Services, serving student services and students with disabilities. So when we look at IDEA and federal funds, we are looking at going above and beyond of what the local district already does for our students and staff. And these funds go above and beyond of providing those services. A lot of those go to additional teachers, all of our pre-K teachers and pre-K parapros. We provide one-on-one interpreters for students that need additional assistance with for our deaf and hard of hearing. We have additional buses. We provide curriculum with our unique for our lower incident students, along with one-on-one nurses for students that are medically fragile that come in that need that additional services. We also do behavior support for students with aggressive behaviors that need more intensive support within that area. We provide that above and beyond. We look at assistive technology and how we can raise that bar to getting our students and need the specialized instruction they need so they can succeed. So if you would, at this time, any input you would like with our federal funds for students with disabilities, you can provide that input in for our stakeholders. All right, our next is Perkins 5, and I'll turn it over to Ms. Kim.
Hi, I'm Carol Pearson. I'm the Assistant Director of Career Technical and Agricultural Education here at the Paulding County School District. We are using Perkins 5 federal funding for 4 basic areas. One is to furnish and update program equipment across the district. We also use it to provide opportunities for students to compete in career technical student organizations. We purchase end of pathway assessment materials for students to earn industry credentials at the completion of their pathways. And then we also use it to provide or to help fund professional learning for teachers that are undergoing program industry certification. We have more than 80 pathways in the district, And this year, some of the specific examples of the way that we used funding was to upgrade computers at our middle schools and our auto program at Hiram High School. We have purchased some online instructional resources for our information technology pathways. Again, we provided travel assistance for advisors to take students on their career technical student organization trips. We've purchased the end of pathways, and we also purchased equipment for culinary projects or programs and for some of our engineering and technology programs. So if you have any questions or would like to provide feedback, we encourage you to use the QR code to do that for Perkins 5 at this time. Turn it over to Sarah Berger at this time.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Sarah Berger. I'm the Director of Academics for the Paulding County School District, and I get to manage Title IV Part A for the district. Title IV is a unique federal fund in which it's really above and beyond our federal grants. It's to enhance our students' experience through a safe and healthy, well-rounded, and enhanced technology experience. With this, we really try to make sure that we're aligning with those district goals of providing professional learning to our teachers. So you'll hear a lot about professional learning initiatives that we use Title IV funds to provide for our teachers. With safe and healthy initiatives, the district with Title IV, we purchased 2 apps, PBIS rewards at our elementary level, and then Minga, which is also a hallway pass app for our middle school and high school students at those different levels. We also provide PBIS endorsements through Northwest Georgia RESA free at cost for our teachers. Through the well-rounded initiatives, we provide PL through science or social studies teachers, health and PE, and then we also provide gifted endorsements and ESOL endorsements to our teachers free of cost. And then underneath the ET bucket, that really is where all of our STEM endorsements live. That's where we provide STEM endorsements through Northwest Georgia RESA free at cost for our teachers. We do STEM cohorts. We also provide a conference experience for one of our high schools. And then we provide subs for our teachers. When the new math standards rolled out, we provided subs for our building level leaders to come and learn from our coordinators, then go back and redeliver. And then this year we provided that through our department heads for our secondary level. So our elementary level, we're in year 2. Our department heads are in year 1. And then we hope to continue that next year as our new ELA standards shift. At this time, if you have any feedback or have any questions as it relates to Title IV funds, we do encourage you to use the QR code to provide that feedback. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Roxanne Charvet, ESOL coordinator, and I'm here today to talk to you about Title III Part A for English learners. So that is where we provide supplemental resources and activities that goes above and beyond the legal obligations of the local school. So here you'll see the funded initiatives that we had this school year were the OLA adult English classes. So this was a 24-week program where we provided English classes for our parents of English learners. We funded OLA class coordinator and also Lexia Core 5, which is a reading program for elementary school students. Lexia Power Up for middle school and Rosetta Stone for high school. This summer, we're very excited about our immigrant summer learning program. We've also provided strategies for teachers through Elevation to support the content teachers. So at this time, if you have any feedback that you'd like to share, please use the QR code. Okay, that's Title II Part A.
Thank you again. I'm Cynthia Davies. I oversee the Title II Part A funds for the county. Title II is to make sure that we use those funds above and beyond normal district level funding to make sure that our teachers are getting high quality professional learning experiences for themselves so that we are having the strongest teachers in front and leaders in front of our students. So some of the initiatives that we have funded this year is we do pay for our federal programs professional learning coordinator, who really heads up all of our induction programs to support our brand new teachers, our year 2 and 3 teachers, as well as a teacher leader group. We pay for substitute teachers for our teachers to come together in their PLCs to look at data and adjust instruction and use those best practices with students in the classroom and plan for that. We pay for stipends for our new teachers to come to a new teacher orientation to get them acclimated to the district. We pay a stipend to mentors to work with our new teachers. We also fund HR recruiting efforts to make sure that we're out there really getting ahead of enticing people to come to our district and be part of our family and work with our children. We also provide some professional learning resources. We've purchased some supplies and books to supplement that professional learning. And we also support STEM. We have a STEM week where our teachers come in and they get to do some hands-on learning all around STEM and then go back and implement that in their classrooms. So at this time, if you have questions or feedback for us, if you would please use the QR code and tell us what you feel about our Title II initiatives. So Dr. Bernice Daniel is our current Title I director. She was unable to be with us this evening, so I'm going to go through some of our Title I Part A. Title I Part A is really to help economically disadvantaged students. And so with those funds in our Title I schools, we provide instructional coaches. We have Title I teachers to give extra support in those buildings and some paraprofessionals. We provide family engagement opportunities. We run an ESOL community fair. We have run what's called a Harvard Family Dinner Project, which is about teaching families how to become more engaged with their children and help them in school. We support our ATSI schools. We have a couple of schools that are working with some groups that were underperforming and getting them the extra support they need. We support migrant education. We purchase student teacher resources. We provide PL opportunities. We have parent resource centers in each one of our Title I schools that are funded with these federal funds. And we also provide students with some resources if they need supplies to do a project or school supplies while they're in school. We support our neglected and delinquent facility here in Paulding County. We have one private school that has some of our Paulding County students there, and so we provide them with some funding for tutoring. And then we have also launched the Diane Sweeney Student-Centered Coaching in those schools as well. So if you would like to provide feedback or questions about our Title I Part A, please use the QR code. Along with our Title I initiatives, parent engagement is a big focus for us. And each year we put together a parent engagement plan for the district. And we jointly develop that with parents and teachers in our buildings and some district staff. We have an annual Title I meeting to review that. From that, we also share parent-student compacts, which are just kind of some of those promises that students and families and teachers make together of how they're going to support one another through their education journey, and how it also outlines how we can build some capacity in parents as they help their students. We mentioned the Harvard Family Dinner Project that we have at ESL Community Fair. We also have academic parent-teacher teams to support students. We also outline how we're going to build capacity and staff to work with our students, and really all around how are we going to work together with that partnership between parents, staff, and students. Here's kind of our timeline. We have an input meeting in October and in May, which we are here today, getting more input from the public. And then from May to June, we are going to review our data, for implementation of what we've done in the past and look again where we are currently and where we want to head in the future. By the end of June, we have to turn in our plan to the state of Georgia, and then we wait for them to approve it. And then in September, we submit our budgets based on that plan so that we can support our students in schools and community. Here are our federal program contacts for the district, and you got to meet many of us this evening. So there's our contact information. You can also find contact information on the district website. And so here is one last chance to give a little bit more feedback. If you would like to use that QR code or put anything that you have in the chat box, if you are online, or those of you who are with us in person, if you want to ask any questions or add a comment for us as we move forward, we would love to hear from you. We appreciate everyone sharing with us and for your time and expertise with us today.